truth live from where they create. Sylvia speaks, no filter, no buffer. Courtroom drama couldn't get any tougher.
When the gavel's first bang, through the witness stands tears. Sylvia's lens captures all your hopes and fears. Uploading justice one trial at a time. Tuning every moment, edges sublime.
Welcome to the Sylvia Show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show. Welcome to the Sylvia Show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show. Faces tell stories, the courtroom can't hide. Sylvia's insights cut through the divide. From jury talks to the lawyer's secret. In Sylvia's world, you know you'll need it. Behind the scenes where whispers are loud, her lens reveals the truth in the crowd. Courtroom secrets laid bare to see. Stay curious with Sylvia Spree. Every objection, every sharp retort, Sylvia's there to give you the report. Exclusive footage no one else can snag. From catchy headlines straight to the tag. Welcome to the Sylvia Show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show. Welcome to the Sylvia Show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show.
Faces tell.
Good evening, everybody. Hi, everyone. It's me, Sylvia. How are you guys doing? Listen, I decided to come back on to bring you guys some info in regard to the young lady, the one we talked about a couple of days ago, Kei'Mani Latigue. She's the young lady out of Toledo, Ohio, where her father did some awful stuff, allegedly did some awful stuff to her. Well, I did get a copy, well, not a copy, but I got someone send me the footage of the his arrest that happened the other day. And it's very graphic, guys. It's very extremely graphic. And it's the body cam, the police body cam footage. It captures his arrest. Remember, all individuals are presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. This footage is for informational purposes only, okay? Informational purposes, and this is for us to give a breakdown of what's been happening with that particular case. Without further ado, I'm going to go ahead on and play the body cam that was captured by the police in Toledo, Ohio, okay? I'm going to share it right now. Okay, you guys y'all see this so far? Let me move out the way. Make myself little so it can. Viewers, be advised. This is very, very graphic. This is extremely graphic, guys. And not for audience, young audience. This is very graphic. Okay. I might have to put some stuff up a little bit so to camouflage some of the stuff. You know what? Let me put the banner up now. So let me just put some stuff up now so it don't look so bad. I might have to put some overlay on it some kind of way. Let's see. Hold on. So it doesn't, some parts won't be looking so terrible. Okay, we'll go ahead on and do this for you guys. Trigger warning, yes, trigger warning, y'all. Trigger, trigger, trigger. Trigger, trigger, trigger. It's very graphic, okay? For those who didn't get a chance to see it. All right, here we go.
Hand out your, I swear to God, boy.
We're tracking new details in the death of Kei'Mani Latigue. The full unedited body cam video as police find and shoot the man they say killed her. What it shows happened just before an officer pulled the trigger. Plus, we get answers from Toledo's top cop.
We were able to develop information and leads, and as sad as it is, recover her and bring some closure to the family, to the community.
The investigation into the abduction and murder of the 13-year-old girl continues. The full uncut interview with Toledo Police Chief Mike Trenley.
Political officials are going to have to step up. The local organizations, nonprofit and private, the businesses are also going to have to step up, because at this point, we should have been doing this a long, long time ago.
We just can't wait to make this happen and make it better for these kids out here.
The call for answers and justice continues as our community mourns the death of 13-year-old Kei'Mani Latigue. Her family is remembering her life as she would have celebrated her 14th birthday this week, and her father remains in the hospital, shot by police and charged with killing her. Here's how the story has unfolded. Toledo police posted the alert that Kei'Mani was missing on Tuesday, March 18th. It was just after 4 p.m. She was last reported at her grandmother's home on Elm Street in North Toledo. The next day, WTOL 11 spoke with the teen's grandmother, Dorothy Latigue. She's also Kei'Mani's legal guardian. She said she came home from work Tuesday morning, found Kei'Mani was missing. She called her school before making a report to TPD. By Friday, March 21st, family, friends, even strangers came out to North Toledo to search for Kei'Mani. Her mother, Tiara Caston, was there from Cleveland. Kei'Mani's dad, Darnell Jones, would be charged with abduction on Sunday, March 23rd. Court documents show he was the last person with her before she went missing. Then on Monday, March 24th, police found a body inside a home on Miami Street in East Toledo. The Lucas County Coroner's Office would later identify the remains of those of 13-year-old Kei'Mani Latigue. Her time of death was 12:19 p.m. Jones would be charged with murder that same day, and Columbus police tracked him to the city on Tuesday, March 25th. It was then that officers ended up shooting him and finding a gun at the scene. In a moment, we'll show you the unedited body cam video of this encounter. We do want to warn you, the video is graphic. There is profanity. You can see Columbus police identify Jones walking in the short north. They approach him. He says he wants to die, ignores police commands, appears to move his hand in his pocket, and then is shot. You're going to see two views, one from the officer who shot Jones, and then it switches to another responding officer whose body-worn camera better shows what happened next. Viewer discretion is advised.
You ready? You ready to see it?
Come here, man.
Don't do it.
What's your name?
Just kill me.
Dude, show me your fucking hands right now.
Me, bro.
Pull your fucking
I will
hand
do
out
it
of your.
myself.
I swear to God, pull your.
Shots fired. Shots fired. Gas in a second. Medics, go.
Don't fucking move.
Don't move. All right, suspect down. All you guys are okay. Don't move. He's got 33 right there.
33 in his hands.
No, it's a walkie-talkie, but there are 33s right here. Don't you move or you're going to get shot, okay? All right? Got it. Yep.
You see me covering my eyes, right, y'all?
That's him. Somebody get on the main air. Get us some medics.
I'm working on it.
All right, on your belly. All right. I got cuffs. There you go. Thank you, brother. We'll get you help, okay?
I just want to die, bro.
No, I know, but we can't allow that.
He said he wants to die.
I don't want to live.
Get us some
He
prisoners.
live.
secure this scene.
He said he doesn't want to live.
All right, who fired?
Him in the car. He did too.
All right, you did?
I did not.
Okay,
He did.
okay. You good?
All right.
You good? All right,
I know.
all right.
Listen to me. Listen, I gotta roll you off. I gotta get you up on your side, okay?
He's bleeding.
I gotta
Look at
get
the
you up on your
blood,
side.
y'all.
I got you.
Look at the blood. Oh, Jesus.
Where
I'm
you hit at, bro?
very squirmish.
All in your leg.
He's all hit right here.
I know, he's hitting his arm once.
Oh.
You need a medic here now. Where's your
I know,
family?
they're coming, okay? We got him. He's hit once in the arm. All right.
He's hitting the side here.
Yep, you're hitting his side.
Okay.
You'll be fine.
Hey, look. You know what's good about this?
Sit up, okay?
You're gonna be fine.
I can't move my leg.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
I think they're broke.
Where do you guys need us?
There you go. How's that?
They broke.
Okay.
I can't get up.
Okay. We're gonna leave you sit here like this. Take a deep breath.
Copy that.
Do me a favor. Take a deep breath for me,
Okay,
okay?
watch this
Hey,
part.
move your car. Block that road. You're on shell casing. Get that road blocked.
We
All right,
we can't lay you down. Okay, you
We're
gotta
holding
stay
you
up.
up.
I'll hold you up. All right.
I don't feel
You
bad
just
for him
relax.
either,
Lean
but I
back
just
into
don't like looking at
There
blood.
you go.
You're gonna be fine.
Listen. Hey, nothing's ever that bad. All right.
Yes.
Okay. Well,
Darnell, right? Do you have anything else on you? Do you have any more guns?
where's
Yes.
the guns at? Where's the other gun at?
I don't.
Darnell. Hey,
Sorry.
Darnell.
Do you have anything else on you?
Yeah, you said you had a gun.
I don't. I think he's just fading. I don't know. Nope. Just stay back, okay, please.
Stay back.
Hey, okay. Okay. We're making good witnesses. You're fine, ma'am. You're fine.
We got to get him searched. So medic's going to take him.
I know. Hey, you guys just go chill.
Somewhere else.
Hey, how that cruiser start getting scene tape?
Man. How do you do that to your own child? Cut her neck and
Let the medic in. Step back.
They're fine. It's
Hey.
fine. Yeah, we need a cart. We need a cart.
Cart. I know. Stay with me, bro. Keep talking to me, guys.
Hey, 511. If anyone is listening at home, officer support.
Sit here, legs, arms.
Which way do you want his head?
Here.
Right there. Okay.
Up. You need him out of the cuffs?
Yeah, we're gonna need him out. All right.
We're gonna have to. Hey, listen. We're gonna roll you over one more time. All right. Gotta get those cuffs off you. See, relax. Clean up. There you go.
He's hitting the arm.
Leg, arm, and I believe left chest.
I get a good search on him.
I am. Everything's got to come off. You taking him all down enough in this? Yeah.
All right, that's fine. Pull this off.
All right. Cut the cuff off. Cut your gun. You have to help us lift?
Yep.
Grab one, grab the head.
the big boy said they never see the one
Just stay right.
close
All right,
to
I'm good. Hey, don't move your arm. I know it hurts. They're gonna help you, okay? Well, we're not trying to hurt you. We're not trying to kill you. No, we're not gonna take it off your arm, okay? They're gonna cut it off in just a second.
Jones was due in court on weapons charges in Columbus, but did not appear because he remained in the hospital as of Thursday, March 27th. Now the call for justice continues. Rumors swirl on social media, and there may still be more questions than answers. WTOL 11's Silver Barker took the discussion to our city's top cop. She sat down with Toledo Police Chief Mike Trenley to separate fact from fiction.
So my first question for you, Chief Trenley, there's been a lot. So let's kind of do like a timeline, and let's start with first question. Let's go back to when Kei'Mani was first reported missing. There was a report sent out, but is there a reason why there wasn't an Amber Alert? That's a lot of people's question.
Yeah, so when she first went missing, our Amber Alert requires specific criteria when and how we do our Amber Alerts. And that's kind of like a national standard. And so it did not meet that criteria because at that point, there was not any thought of there was a family kidnapping or family being involved or any foul play at that point. At this point, we had a lot of different stories about a missing 13-year-old that may or may not have ran away for different reasons. So at that time, we'd already interviewed all the family members and we were talking to everybody. So there was nothing that would have qualified for an Amber Alert or that actually an Amber Alert would have done for the investigation.
What is the usual criteria for an Amber Alert, just so people know?
Yeah, so there's different things, but a lot of times, especially when it involves a family member, we need to have that we suspect a family member has kidnapped them and has run off with them, that we have descriptions of cars or locations and stuff like that, something that we can provide. And for this type of case, it just did not meet that criteria.
Now, my second question for you, TPD received a tip. You guys received a tip about the body that was found in that house. That's how you guys first found out about it being there, correct?
I'm not sure what you're talking about, actually. Which tip?
You guys received about the body being found on Miami Street in the house. There was a tip that you guys received, or was it anything in the report? It was mentioning that you guys were notified, and I believe it went to the detectives' work as well. There was communication and messaging through, was there a phone call or anything, or Crime Stoppers? Was there anything sent out? How did you guys find out about the body inside the house?
Through detective work, really. So, through some interviews and some investigating. At this time, I can't disclose why or how, because it's still very pertinent to the investigation. And at this point, we're not ready to talk about that aspect of it. But yes, it was our detectives doing a great job interviewing and investigating and following up on some leads that got us to that location.
Now, going to the body when it was reported that it was found in the house, when lots of people found out and it spread in the community, people showed up very soon right after that while you guys were there doing your work. There are a lot of people live streaming on their phones, showing it and kind of just talking about it in general. There's a huge presence there. I mean, we saw it. I was there that day. Did that at all impact your guys' work there while you were doing that? Did it affect how you guys were doing? I mean, could you guys have done anything differently there if people weren't there, yelling, shouting? What? No,
obviously, anytime you add a little bit of chaos to a scene, that makes it a little bit harder for us to do our job. But, we're prepared for that. So
you said they don't do Amber Alerts on black kids. That's not true.
Make sure that no one.
We get Amber Alerts down here all the time on black kids.
They're focused on their job. They're going to do their job whether there's people watching or not. So they're still going to be able to do it. It's just the outside officers being involved more and trying to maintain, as you just said, a very highly agitated scene for good reasons, right? But the reality is, it doesn't affect the investigation itself. It just makes it a little bit harder for the officers on the scene to maintain that perimeter.
Do you have any idea how many of your officers were out there that day?
I actually don't know how many we had deployed out there that day. I know we had a lot of detectives, roughly 10 to 12 detectives that were on scene. As far as the outer perimeter for the number of patrol officers on scene, I don't know that number.
Now, moving on to Darnell Jones, he's in the hospital currently, and that's where we're kind of at with that situation. But I know that yesterday you mentioned in an interview that you guys sent detectives down there for questioning. Has he confessed to anything? Has he confessed previously before then? What are you guys getting? So
we did send detectives down and interviewed him in his hospital room. We made progress there. So we have some things that we're going through at this point. Once we get all the information that he provided that we've gathered, we'll meet with the prosecutors. We'll walk through that timeline with the prosecutors and decide with their guidance on the charges that will be filed. And then at that point, we'll talk about, what charges are going to be out there. We'll release that information. But right now, we did talk to them. We are moving forward. I would say we're in a pretty good spot investigatively anyways on moving forward with this case.
Speaking of charges, on Monday, we read in a report that he was charged with third-degree felony of abduction. At this point, what charges are we still looking at? Do you happen to know? Is that charge still there, and is a murder charge as well?
So, as my understanding right now is the murder charge is added and the abduction charge is still there, but that's right now, those are the only charges that are out there. Obviously, as we work through all of the statements and all the leads that we have now, there may be additional charges.
Do you believe that Darnell acted alone, or is at the time right now, are you guys considering other suspects, or is there other?
I'm more concerned about the sick father. That's what I'm concerned about.
We're always looking at the chance that there might be multiple people involved. I don't necessarily believe that or disbelieve that that's the case right now, but that is something that we will continue to run down through the investigations. There's statements that always conflict each other, and there's always kinds of things that need to be tied up in an investigation, and that's the phase we're in right now. So right now, we only have one person charged.
I know why you guys can't say what he told detectives yet. There was a lot of talk earlier about his statements not matching, which was said in a police report. There were a lot of inconsistent statements and stuff. The statement that he's given now, is it a bit clearer? You don't have to say the details of that. I know you guys are still working, but is it clear?
I think we have a much better understanding of what happened. By far a lot more understanding after we talked to him. But at that point, that's about as much detail as I can give you on our conversation with him.
Do you think that, hearing from the community, this is a case we've seen the social media very, very present with a lot of comments and sometimes mispeculation and misinterpretation, misinformation, a lot of that being spread out there in social media, people saying he was found before he was even found. Do you guys wish maybe you would have communicated a little earlier about this case, or do you guys wish you would have had a press conference or something?
So there was nothing that we could have done in a press conference. We did a press release or a news release from the department, and our detective bureau did as well. And then our detective, our lieutenant in charge of the investigations, was on scene that day and actually gave an interview that day. There's nothing else that we could have done in a press conference. We gave out that information. We waited on the press release from the coroner. Those are different things that we do that give out details. A lot of times, and up until, he was arrested, there wasn't a lot of information we could put out. And so at that point, a press conference is not really going to accomplish anything. We were giving out as much information as we could. Social media is going to be social media, and people are always going to speculate and run with their own theories. And unfortunately, we can't control that. But the reality is, most things you read on social media, especially early, probably aren't even true.
Speaking of that in social media, is there any rumors right now regarding this case that you want to dispel right now that you can think of, like, hey, this is the fact?
I can't think of it. Well, I can't think of anything out there on social media right now. I try to avoid it as much as I can. So I don't have anything really right now that I would say, hey, stop listening to that because it's not true. And really, it's probably too early for us to even address some of those issues.
There is a lot of things going on in this case and a lot of details and things being looked at. We know that you guys are still investigating, but in terms of how long you think you guys are getting closer to the answer and closer to a conclusion, how long do you think this is going to take or play out? Unfortunately,
that's very hard to speculate. There is a lot involved in this case. Obviously, we're talking about 2 different cities being involved. We're talking about, we have a week of things that happened, right? So we are working the case as fast as we can. As I said before, I think we're in a really good place investigatively. And I think as soon as we can
I was going to put it up
everything up and run down every lead, last thing we want to do is be premature in our charges or premature in saying, this is the only suspect we have, we're good. We don't like to do that. We like to make sure we investigate everything out there. So when we do take this to trial, there is no room for doubt.
speaking of that, you guys are reactionary, right? I mean, when there's trouble in the city, you guys are the ones called and you guys come in. But looking at this case and just looking in general, is there anything that the community can do with things like this or with situations like this that help prior to you guys having to come out and do something?
Oh, absolutely. So our community knows their neighborhood better than any police officer can possibly know it, right? So no matter how many hours we spend in the neighborhood, there's things that we will never hear or never see that other community members or family members are seeing. So if there's ever any doubt in anybody's minds about any, so let's take this case, right? So if you ever have any doubt that some child is being abused or something is just not right, then by all means notifying us and or notifying CSB and getting people, the authorities involved early before it gets to this point. Because unfortunately with this case especially, once we were involved, it was already way too late for us.
I think my last question for you here is, the officers who responded to the scene and found the body, from what we've learned of the details, it might be a lot. And when we hear of cases like this of children involving children and children on the scene, that can be a lot to take in. Is there anything that you are doing for the officers right now to help them get through that, who were there on that scene?
We are. So over the last several years, we've really developed a wellness program that is kind of top notch. And we immediately have our peer support officers reaching out to those officers. Sometimes, depending on the situation, we'll do debriefings and bring in professionals to come talk. Our wellness coordinator, Sergeant Welling, is always contacting them and offering up services and to see if there's anything we can do. As an officer, we all deal with trauma in different ways. Some people like to talk, some people don't. But we're always looking out for those warning signs to make sure that we don't need to intervene.
All right. Is there anything else that you would like to include at this time that you would like to mention about this case that I did not ask? Now's the time.
So the only thing I would add is, I'm extremely proud of our department. This case moved pretty quickly, and we were able to develop information and leads, and as sad as it is, recover her and bring some closure to the family, to the community. There's nothing worse than a missing that's still missing, and there's that hope out there. So I think our officers did an outstanding job. And I'll say it again, I think the Columbus officers, when we contacted them and asked for assistance, they did an outstanding job as well. And, we have two good police departments that are coordinating and communicating and working together to get to a conclusion, at least on this case.
Thanks for joining us for this special presentation here on WTOL 11 Plus. Stay with us here for continuing coverage of the life and death of Kei'Mani Latigue.
All right, there's another part of this that we're gonna watch in regard to her case. Hold on a second. It's a little history. Darnell Jones is the alleged father. All right, this is the latest from a couple of days ago.
Kei'Mani was a helper. She loved older music. She loved playing video games. She played basketball for Spring Elementary. She was highly intelligent. She loved the friends and family that she was allowed to be around. She was phenomenal. Like I said, she was like no other kid her age.
This case is one of the most horrific cases I ever heard. This is a 14-year-old that was murdered, raped, had her hands cut off, and her throat almost cut off.
I just wish that when I was down here last, that I had just taken her to Indianapolis with me, so this would never happen. A lot of things, woulda, coulda, shoulda, but at the end of the day, I just really wish that whatever happened and whoever did this, y'all didn't have to do that to her.
One of our SWAT teams was working a dangerous individual who was wanted for a serious crime.
This is an absolute animal that came into our town. Our SWAT are the best of the best. We have sent a message. You murder somebody, do not come to this town.
It's just devastating that that me and my family have to go through this.
Team found Kei'Mani's dad, Darnell Jones, in Columbus. There was reportedly an altercation and officers shot Jones. Officials say they recovered a gun and Jones is expected to survive.
The Lucas County Coroner's Office also releasing Kei'Mani's cause of death. An autopsy showed that she died from multiple wounds to the neck, and the coroner ruled her death a homicide.
Late this afternoon, Kei'Mani's grandmother spoke exclusively with WTOL 11. We have that full interview in just a moment.
Here's how the story has unfolded over the last week. Toledo police posted the alert that Kei'Mani was missing on Tuesday, March 18th. It was just after 4 p.m. She was last seen reported at her grandmother's home on Elm Street. That's in North Toledo. The next day, WTOL 11 spoke with the teen's grandmother, Dorothy Latigue. She's also Kei'Mani's legal guardian. She said she came home from work Tuesday morning, found Kei'Mani was missing. She called her school before making a report to Toledo police.
By Friday, family, friends, and even strangers came out to North Toledo to search for Kei'Mani. Her mother, Tiara Caston, was there from Cleveland. Kei'Mani's dad, Darnell Jones, would be charged with abduction on Sunday, March 23rd. Court documents showed he was the last person with her before she went missing.
And then on Monday, March 24th, police found a body inside a home on Miami Street in East Toledo. The Lucas County Coroner's Office would later identify the remains as those of the 13-year-old Kei'Mani Latigue. Her time of death posted at 12:19 p.m.
We have team coverage tracking all of the angles and developments in this investigation, from an exclusive interview with Kei'Mani's grandmother to her school, her life, and her death.
Plus, Andre Norrell spoke with members of Toledo City Council about what they plan to do next. And Steve Iwanek is with family and community members gathered to make sure Kei'Mani's memory lives on.
We start first with the new information out of Columbus. Police there say officers from a SWAT team shot Kei'Mani's dad, Darnell Jones, just before noon.
A spokesperson for the Columbus Police Department did not identify Jones initially, but has since named him as the suspect that officers encountered Tuesday morning.
One of our SWAT teams was working a dangerous individual who was wanted for a serious crime. And SWAT was given information that this gentleman was in this particular area. When SWAT arrived, they did make contact with the suspect in question that they were looking for, confirming the identity of, in fact, that suspect being the person that they were watching. At some point during the interaction with SWAT officers, I can confirm that an officer did discharge their firearm, striking the suspect. The suspect was transported to a local hospital. That suspect is currently in stable condition. Thankfully, no officers were injured. No one in the public was injured, but it's important to know, obviously, given this is an unusual area where we do not see a lot of crime, we just want to reassure the public that this is a safe, contained situation and there's no longer a threat to the public.
Were any guns recovered off of the suspect?
I can confirm that there was a firearm recovered from the scene that obviously was not the police firearm. So like I said, it's still early. We're working through that, but I can confirm we did recover a firearm.
Do we know what the suspect was doing in this area?
We don't know that, and that is one of the things that investigators are actively trying to determine right now, because we don't believe there's any reason for him to be in this specific area in terms of knowing someone or trying to engage in any additional criminal activity.
Was the suspect pulled over in a car? We saw a car that was being looked at. Yeah. Was he in a home? Where was he?
There was a vehicle involved, and this interaction, I can say, happened outside. Beyond that, we can't get into the specifics just yet until we continue the investigation.
So you're saying he's unstable, so you believe these are not life-threatening injuries?
Correct. We do believe that he will survive his injury.
While the spokesperson for Columbus Police didn't release much information, the president of the Fraternal Order of Police, Lodge 9, did. He detailed some of the disturbing details in this case and outlined his understanding of why officers were searching for Jones in the first place.
I received a call we never want to get. One of our officers was involved in a police-involved shooting. Immediately went to scene to speak to our officer, one of our SWAT officers, a dedicated officer, highly trained, as you know, our Special Operations Bureau, longtime member. He's okay. Thank God he's okay. When I heard about this case, this was an individual wanted for homicide out of Toledo. I called my union counterpart in Toledo. I said, hey, good news, we have your guy. Your guy committed a murder, chose to fled to our town. I'll tell you right now, the wrong town to come to if you murder somebody. Our SWAT team will go out looking for you. This case is one of the most horrific cases I ever heard. This is a 14-year-old that was murdered, raped, had her hands cut off, and her throat almost cut off. This is an absolute animal that came into our town. I understand some of your editors won't let you print the word animal or view the word animal. If people are more offended to how I'm describing him, how he treated that girl, that's on them, not on me. Again, I'm glad our officers are okay. Our SWAT are the best of the best. We just sent a message. You murder somebody, do not come to this town.
Do you know anything about what led up to the shooting?
I know they were looking for him. I worked the street yesterday, and there was a bolo put out yesterday about this, so it was on everybody's mind. The officers are circulating area, patrol detectives, they're looking for this individual. This is what SWAT does. SWAT goes out there. Some of them have uniforms, some are in plain clothes and plain cars. And it's my understanding that they had a location on this suspect vehicle, and they did what they do. They circulated the area, they saturated the area of the short north, and one of the SWAT officers did find them. There was a confrontation. The individual had a gun. You pull a gun on his officers. We've said many times, this is the outcome you could expect. The officers shot him. It's my understanding he is in a local hospital right now.
Did he fire back?
I do not know if he fired back. I just know a gun was recovered from the scene.
Brian, can you talk about, you mentioned how obviously how dangerous this suspect was, how relieved you are that none of your officers or any of the nearby neighbors
100%.
were injured given what it could have been?
It's my understanding this individual might have been walking around the short north area all night. You got to, not just a murderer, a violent murderer, a sadistic murderer in our neighborhoods is appalling. Again, thankful for the men and women of the Division of Police, our members, for going out there every day, finding these individuals and removing them from our street. I'm so glad nobody else was hurt.
Hours after police found Kei'Mani's body in that abandoned East Toledo home, videos posted to social media Monday appeared to show officers taking her grandmother, Darnell Latigue, away in handcuffs. Police have since said that she was not arrested, and Dorothy talked exclusively with WTOL 11 Silver Barker about Kei'Mani and what she says really happened between her and TPD.
My first question for you, yesterday, lots of things was going on. We want to know specifically at your home, there was a lot of speculation online that you were being arrested, but when we checked with police, that was not the case. So can you further clarify on exactly what did happen yesterday at your home?
Well, I was called and told that there was a mob of people in front of my house. They were angry. It was more or less the people that were here earlier waiting to see if it was Kei'Mani that was in the home. And basically some people from the neighborhood had contacted me and said that there was a mob in front of my house and they were talking about what they were going to do to me once I came home. So the police, the detective said that she would have a unit come out and help me get my things and more or less escort me off the property. I asked to be handcuffed just so they can get the away from my property.
Are you scared?
So no, I was never arrested. I was taken downtown, but I was never arrested.
Are you scared for your safety right now?
I am.
What are some of the things that you've been hearing and receiving from people?
They said they was going to blow up my house. They said they was going to do harm to me. It's just been a barrage of different things that they've been stating.
And now yesterday, or let's backtrack first for a little bit. So you are the guardian of Kei'Mani, or you were the guardian of Kei'Mani, correct?
I am the legal guardian of Kei'Mani.
Okay. So in terms of taking care of her, when was Kei'Mani placed under your care?
A year ago.
So you take care of her.
She's been in my home for the past 5.5 years, but I just obtained legal custody of her a year ago.
Were you and Kei'Mani close?
We were.
What were some of the things, trying to think of her and paint a memory of her in a good light, right now with everything that's going on, what was Kei'Mani like? Tell me a little bit about how Kei'Mani was in the time that you've got to know her.
Kei'Mani was phenomenal. Kei'Mani was a helper. Like she was older than what she appeared to be. Like, you know how they say somebody has an old soul? She was that. She loved older music. She loved playing video games. She loved the friends and family that she was allowed to be around. She played basketball for Spring Elementary. She was highly intelligent. So I'd like to clear up the mental issue statements. No, she was not mentally ill in any way. We had her, you know, assessed, and they didn't feel as if anything was wrong with her mentally. So that was not a issue. But back to Kei'Mani, she would, like, say for instance, someone would come over and they had children. They didn't have to worry about their kids because Kei'Mani immediately embraced them and would play with them, you know, kid stuff. She was phenomenal. Like I said, she was like no other kid her age.
What school did Kei'Mani go to?
She went to Spring Elementary.
And we were told that at that time she was doing good in school as well too, correct?
She was. She had brought her grade point average up from a 3.4 to a 3.9. And you know, actually they were going to have an award ceremony for the basketball players today at 5:30. But when I divulged to them that she had passed, they've rescheduled it. She was going to receive her trophy for being, you know, on the team and stuff.
And she has a birthday that's coming up.
Her birthday is Friday.
And she would have been turning 14.
She would have been 14.
Did you have any plans for her for her birthday?
We were going to have her a large birthday party because it would have been her first birthday where, once again, all of my children were together and could participate in the party. Her mom was supposed to come and everything. So I asked her early on, what type of party do you want? She said she wanted a basketball themed party. So that's what I bought. Things that revolved around her playing basketball. I'm still receiving stuff in the mail for that.
So there's been some confusion now in terms of when it comes to family, you know, who's her biological father, who is her biological mother, and then also was she in the foster care system? Can you clear up a little bit of all of that? You know, when Kei'Mani was placed in your care, you know, when is the LCCS, who exactly did she come from and how did she
came from her other legal guardian. I choose not to state her name, but she came from her other legal guardian because the other legal guardian and I were best friends. The other legal guardian is my daughter, Kei'Mani's mom, godmother. And we had already discussed when early on, because she's been with this person since she was 9 months old. My daughter has never really had custody of Kei'Mani. So she's been with this person since she was 9 months old until, like I said, maybe 5.5 years ago. Now, off and on, this person, we would interact and, you know, do different things with her, for her, or I would contact her and tell her, well, I need this, or Kei'Mani would like that. And she would come by and oblige, and we would commence. It's just too much.
Earlier you mentioned when you were talking about what Kei'Mani was like, you know, you had mentioned that when family members did come over, who were allowed around her. Can you expand on that? Is there family members that weren't allowed around her?
No, it's just not very many that came around. And those that did, you know, she acted, as far as I'm concerned, she acted accordingly. She embraced all children, bad or good. Okay, next question.
So now we do know that Darnell, you know, people are looking for Darnell Jones right now. The police are looking for Darnell Jones, and there's an arrest warrant out for him. Do you have any idea of his whereabouts?
Oh, well, to my knowledge, he was just arrested in Columbus. He just recently had a shootout with the police in Columbus. They're saying that he confessed to her murder, and no, I take that back. They're saying that he confessed to her rape and slitting her throat.
How does it feel to learn that?
I can't even say.
You know, as the police report mentions, Kei'Mani was last seen with Darnell. You know, do you have any regrets of letting Kei'Mani go with, as you're her guardian, do you have any regrets of letting Kei'Mani go with Darnell?
I do, only because, like I said, I feel deceived. I feel like this was pre-planned. I feel like you meant to do this. I feel like you was grooming her.
When you say grooming her, is there things that you saw before this?
No, I never saw anything out the ordinary. But when molesters decide to choose prey, they groom you first. So they give you gifts. They try and make you comfortable with them. They try and say little things to you that you and they can keep secret. And then eventually they pounce. And that's how I feel that oh God, how all of this is played out, I feel that's what happened. She was a virgin. She didn't like boys.
There's also comments, and we're just trying to address those and get those addressed. But there's comments online and speculation again that, you know, Kei'Mani, her home situation, she was abused. What do you have to say to that?
Okay, abuse in whose eyes? Because she was not abused. Yes, she was chastised whenever she was wrong or did things wrong. Other than that, she was not abused. She was not just whooped for no reason or just because I felt like it. I've went through this twice because the school system had contacted CSB on her behalf when she went to Bennett Academy. And they came in, they did a case study and closed it. They've stated there's a way to chastise children without physically harming them. And you need to whoop them on their behind, nowhere else. So, okay, with that in mind, I knew that. So she didn't have like bruises all over.
How long ago was that when they came into your home?
I would say the latest, it was approximately 7 months ago.
And so you say the latest. So was it a few times that they came into your
It
home?
was twice total.
So twice total that they came into your home and checked. Okay. And it was all for like you mentioned, what you just said. Earlier,
Yes.
explaining.
Yes.
Okay. Now, in terms of, you know, this whole situation, so you were not arrested, correct? And that's
Correct.
what, you know, a lot of people seem to think as they saw you going out in custody. That's what you asked for, correct?
Yes.
That was our Silver Barker there. Kei'Mani's family came out of town to search for her. Now they say they're planning a funeral instead. Silver Barker spoke with Kei'Mani's aunt about the relationship and the things she says she regrets.
I'm Dorothy's second oldest daughter. I'm Kei'Mani's aunt. My name is Sanika. I live in Indianapolis. All this that is going on is it's devastating. You wouldn't think that, you know, you see it happen around the world, but when it hits close to your heart, you really just be thinking like, did I do something wrong? Did I fail her? She didn't have the life to live that we have got to grow and live. She was only 13. So to know that somebody that I trusted, which was her father, to come through and deceive us just to get to Kei'Mani in some sexual way or a harmful way, that hurts me to the fullest. And the point I feel like I failed her. Me as being her aunt, a person that she could run to and tell anything and everything to. That was my girl. That was my baby. And to hear all of this, to know all of this, and to be going through all this and hearing it for as long as that it went on, it's very devastating. I see so many people that are supposed to be my family that's going against my mom and me for that instance, and saying like, oh, she failed her, she had something to do with it, she had this and that. It doesn't matter at this point. For right now, and until we get justice for Kei'Mani, it's all about Kei'Mani. What I would like to say is there's a lot of people on the internet starting GoFundMe's, and that's not what we need right now, because it's not what Kei'Mani needs. The funeral home has objected to say that they're going to come and pay for everything, so there's no need for any GoFundMe pages, any of that. Everything is being taken care of that needs to be taken care of by her family, her immediate family.
Does it upset you that there are GoFundMe's? Some of them, I think, in cases might be scams too, as well.
What upsets me is that people are starting these GoFundMe pages and putting Kei'Mani name underneath it, and they know that it's going to get viewed, and people have sympathy and feel some type of way about that. And some of them can be scams, but I know some of them have come from family members. When just let the immediate family handle that. Like, what y'all gonna do with the money if y'all not turning it into the funeral home? There's no need. Let us handle it. Y'all just sit back and give us the emotional support that we need. That's what we need right now. As a family, as a community, we should all come together and just give each other the emotional support that we honestly need. And that's just what I asked for everybody to, calm down, breathe. I know this is a hard time, because it's not just a hard time for y'all. This is a rough time for me. I just need y'all to come together and understand that we need each other as a community, as a family, and emotional support is what we need the most in this situation.
Yesterday the crowd was. Yesterday, if you were here, I'm assuming the crowd was very upset. Lots of emotions going through too. Especially at this time with such a sensitive situation. We've heard multiple comments out in the crowd, attacking or pointing fingers at your mom. So, what has it been like finding your support system and helping her out?
In a way, you have to be mature enough to decide, am I going to follow along with the crowd, or am I going to, stick around with the loner? I'm to the point where I'm not following nobody. I'm going with what's right. If it was your mother, if it was your niece, would you console your mother? Would you console the person that was closest to her, who lived with her? I'm not out to have a torch in the pitchforks and all out to go against anybody except the person who did this, which I believe was her father, Darnell. I don't have any other anger pushed towards anybody else. I'm angry that this happened, but I'm angry at the person who did this.
Do you know if have you been in contact with Tiara, the mother?
Yeah, I've been in contact with my sister. It's been briefly. It's been over through text. Like I said, I live in Indianapolis. I seen her yesterday, but that was very brief. It wasn't even more than 5 minutes. It was more or less that she wanted to show me my other niece, Kazaria, which is Kei'Mani's youngest sister. But it wasn't like it was oh, sis, what are we gonna do? Any of that. And I don't wish this on nobody. I really don't. I could, your mind go different places when it's a baby. That was a baby. Like I said, I have a very close relationship with Kei'Mani. She was a tomboy. She wasn't out looking for, trying to be fast or, mischievous or any of that. So for her mother to come down and have all this to say and all that, Tiara, where was you for the past 4 years? We haven't seen you since Kei'Mani TikTok party. You haven't called her. You haven't sent her anything. You haven't said, oh, baby, I'm going to come get you for a weekend. We haven't seen you until this happened. Why we got to see you when it's a tragic moment? So, Tiara, where do you stand?
And Tiara lives in Cleveland. Right?
Yes.
And so the past 4 years, you're saying there's very little communication.
Very, very minimum. It wasn't even, she'll call my mom. She'll go through me and say, have you talked to mommy? And I'm like, no, about what? And she'll say, oh, well, she got custody of Kei'Mani and she trying to get child support from me. So it wasn't that Tiara was concerned about Kei'Mani. It was more of why she want child support from me.
What is the relationship between your mother and your sister, Tiara?
It's very distant. They had their words. They fought. Kei'Mani mother has a godmother that Kei'Mani was with before my mom got her. And there was no communication then from Tierra. Tierra had just, I feel like Tierra just let her go. Because any mother would be on her toes to get her children back. That wasn't the case here. It just wasn't.
When was Kei'Mani taken away from Tierra?
I'll say about 7-8 months. And then Tierra godmother stepped in and got custody of Kei'Mani, which would have been around 9 months. Yeah, and Kei'Mani had been with that lady from 9 months all the way up until about, I'd say 5.5 years ago. So it wasn't like Tierra was actually in the picture, you know, saying, hey, maybe I can start getting myself together to get my child back so nobody else can get hurt.
You ever worried for Kei'Mani's safety with any of the family members or anyone?
I wouldn't say I was worried because I was here. I was here every winter break, spring break, holidays, birthdays. I was here for Kei'Mani. Yes, you come and, you know, you enjoy time with your family, but I was here for my niece. I also brought my youngest sister and her 2 kids from Indianapolis to be here for Kei'Mani because we've been in the system before. So I know how it feels to feel like, dang, I'm at somebody's house or not feeling not wanted. I know those feelings. So I tried to give Kei'Mani that at all times because she's wanted and loved by her aunts. And this is just devastating that I have to go through this for the rest of my life and knowing I'll never have the embrace of my niece, the, hey, TT, what you doing? When you coming down here, you know, I'll never get to hear that from my baby again. And that's what kills me the most. I just wish that when I was down here last, that I had just taken her to Indianapolis with me. So this would have never happened.
So she's saying that she was in foster care too. So what happened? What's up with the mom? So she understood how her niece felt because she was in the system as well.
A lot of things, you know, woulda, coulda, shoulda, but at the end of the day, I just really wish that whatever happened and whoever did this, y'all didn't have to do that to her. There's plenty of people out here with, you know, grown people that put themselves out there to be, you know, the sex workers or whatever it may be. You didn't have to do this to a child. There was nothing that Kei'Mani would have done to make you hurt her. So she was a very timid kid, you know, tomboyish, you know, reserved.
You know how she mentioned how her aunties love her. She never said her grandmother loved her. She said her aunties love her.
She wasn't, you know, loud and you know, out there. So it's just devastating that that me and my family have to go through this.
And she's crying. Look at her.
Is there anything else that you would like to add at this time in the interview? Anything else that I didn't ask, maybe?
I just want people to understand that family is family. And at the end of the day, don't be so eager to go against your family. Talk to your family and talk to the children. These children may be scared to talk to the parents about things that's going on or what may be going on because they feel like they may get in trouble. But make it known that to your kids that you can talk to me. Make it very open. You can talk to me about any and everything. Because that's what these kids need to hear nowadays. Instead of going on social media and talking to somebody over social media about it, like he did this or she may done that. Talk to your family because they can handle. They're the adults. They're supposed to handle it.
Our community is grieving alongside Kei'Mani's family right now. Many at a vigil at the home where Kei'Mani was found Monday. Steve Iwanek shares their story.
Talk to me about why this has created such a passion within you and what you want to see happen in the future for people who may be going through a situation that Kei'Mani may or may not have been going through in her own life.
The reason why I have so much passion for this, I guess it was my upbringing. It started with my grandmother. You know, she was always telling us, if you do the right things, then you don't have to worry about anything. If you walk right, then you don't have to worry about anything. And having that upbringing, I was brought up in church. You know what I'm saying? I was not the kid that was not spared the rod. I was given the rod, okay? So I understand what discipline was all about. And I think for me is to show the love, give back to my community in a time like this, because you don't want to see it happen to another child.
This 13-year-old girl now, some people say she has found peace. I can't say that on behalf of her family. I'm just what I've read online. What do you say to Kei'Mani right now as she's, I'll take it through my perspective of faith, she's looking down now. What do you think she is saying to her community and her family?
Kei'Mani was never ours. She was just loaned to us. She was a vessel in a shell. She's at peace. No more hurt, no more pain, no more going through nothing. She know her Father, heavenly above, has her.
Kei'Mani was a 7th grader at Spring Elementary. Now her school is in mourning.
Yeah, Michael Sandlin went to TPS to find out how the district is helping students there process her death.
Jeff, today counselors and therapy dogs were brought in to help the students and teachers deal with grief. But one student tells me that didn't stop the tears from flowing. I met 7th grader Kei'Mani Fisher outside of her school holding up a sign paying tribute to her fallen classmate. With permission from her mother, Kei'Mani told me about how sweet of a girl Kei'Mani was. Well, Kei'Mani came from a troubled background, in and out of 5 schools before coming to Spring. Both school leaders and Kei'Mani tell me she really flourished at Spring. She developed a reputation for being smart and kind and would help Kei'Mani with her schoolwork when she didn't understand it. She also loved basketball and played with the other kids whenever she could. Now, with the news of her passing spread across the school, Kei'Mani and her younger brother Keegan tell me the energy in the classroom was very different this morning.
I've seen some people crying and stuff, a lot of people crying. Sad and very quiet.
I noticed that you made the sign. Why did you decide to make the sign for her?
So everyone can remember of her.
How do you hope people remember her by?
About how kind she was.
Kei'Mani was set to get a kindness award from the school later this week. Her birthday was also this week. She would have been 14 years old. In studio, I'm Michael Sandlin, WTOL 11.
We talked previously with Toledo Mayor Wade Kapsicavage. He says that he wants to see the legal process play out, though he wants to see the book thrown at whoever is responsible. Andre Norrells asked Toledo City Council what needs to happen next.
Several council members took the time to talk about Kei'Mani's death. Many of them called it tragic. One of those was Council President Carrie Hartman. First, tell me, what was your reaction when you first heard about this?
I mean, I heard about it last week. When she first went missing, it wasn't far from where I live. And so I know there's been a lot of commentary online, on social media, as the news was breaking. And as the news keeps rolling in, it keeps getting more shocking.
I know it's early on, the investigation is still underway, but has there been conversations on what council can maybe do, any looking at what can be introduced to try to help this?
Yeah, I mean, the news, it's all happening so fast. I think it's going to take us a little bit of time if we're going to do anything legislation wise. But I know that we've already been talking about how do we get some of these blighted buildings boarded up so that there isn't any crime or mischief going on in these blighted houses. But as one council member said, it wasn't the house that killed this poor girl. So I think it is more about the community and whether or not our community is going to tolerate violence like this.
It can be challenging for parents to talk to their kids about situations like Kei'Mani's murder. Megan Hartnett went to an expert to find out how parents can start this conversation.
Kaylee, it's important to make sure kids have a safe space to ask questions or voice any concerns they may have. Representatives from parents of murdered children say parents.
What I'm going to do, I am going to show you guys what some of the people have reported on Facebook, and I'm going to show you some.
Jeff, we caught up with Kei'Mani's grandmother, Dorothy Latigue, and she says the feeling right now is betrayal. Now, we did some digging into Jones's past, and he does have quite the record. Now, looking back, we can see that he had previous charges for domestic violence, specifically an endangering children charge back in 2021. However, those charges were dismissed. He also had a felonious assault charge from 2017 that resulted in the victim being seriously harmed, and he was indicted on that one. Jeff, we caught up with Kei'Mani's grandmother, Dorothy Latigue, and she says the feeling right now is betrayal. Now, we did some digging into Jones's past, and he does have quite the record. His grandmother says this feels like a betrayal because despite his record, she truly thought Jones had stepped up to be a father for her, despite not even being her biological dad.
It was told to me that he was her biological father. However, her biological mother has told me on several occasions that he is not. So I don't know what to believe, but I know that he was present. He's been more present than the biological mom. And I feel deceived. Like, you played for so long in my face, like you was her dad, like you really had her best interests at heart. But where is she?
However, it's very important to note that we caught up with Kei'Mani's mother earlier today, and she says that the grandmother is telling a completely different story from.
What in the world is going on? Did y'all just hear that? Did y'all just hear them? Grandmother said that that's not her biological father, and that he's Jesus. It says, I was her teacher, and she told us she didn't feel safe. She told us that she was terrified to go home. We all saw the marks, bruises, injuries. I had made multiple reports to CPS, trying to get her the help she desperately needed to keep her safe. All of our voices were left unheard. CPS should be held accountable. We told them over and over. Oh, wow. That's the teacher, y'all. Somebody says, I'm okay. I tried to effing hard to get her removed from this environment. Sweet baby, my heart is broken. The system is broken. I'm sick, but mostly just sad. I enjoy being able to teach her, give her a hug every single morning she came into the school, because that was all she ever wanted. Her friends tried. I tried. The school staff tried. No one listened. They wouldn't allow her to have a voice, and now she's dead. Thank you at Lucas County Children's Services for your lack of effing care for these children. Breaking news, police found the deceased person abandoned in a home. Okay. That's her right there, y'all. That's her. The balloons.
I wanted to cry, but I was too afraid to open.
When I heard about this case, this was an individual wanted for homicide out of Toledo. I called my union counterpart in Toledo. I said, hey, good news.
We thought that this was her biological father. It has just been confirmed that this is not even her dad. But the grandmother just recently, within the last hour, spoke to a news station and says that she feels betrayed because she never knew that this was not her biological father. And she also calls out Kei'Mani's mother because she said that this man was more of a parent than her biological mother was, which is confusing to her. Also, we know that Kei'Mani, along with being with the man who we thought was her dad, she was also with an alleged cousin. Well, someone got on Facebook and said that this was the cousin that they
Okay, hold on. Gotta go to the next one.
were allegedly with. She also made a post about how he was weird and tried to touch her when she was a child. Let's read through this. This is an updated picture of KP, the person that was last seen with the girl and her dad. His mom literally lives right next door on the east side where the girl's body was found. She said, it's crazy. That MFer used to try to do nasty stuff to me when I was a kid. Now, this is allegedly the cousin that was seen on footage, okay, with Kei'Mani and her alleged dad.
Continues, the one person wanted for Kei'Mani's abduction is her father, Darnell Jones. And according to police records, He was last seen taking Kei'Mani from her guardian's home without consent, possibly making him the last person to have seen her alive. Michael Sandlin, he's got more on the charges surrounding Jones, his background as well. Michael, how is Kei'Mani's family reacting to the news of Jones's possible involvement?
With Kei'Mani and her.
Jeff, we caught up with Kei'Mani's grandmother, Dorothy Latigue, and she says the feeling right now is betrayal. Now, we did some digging into Jones's past, and he does have quite the record. Now, looking back, we can see that he had previous charges for domestic violence, specifically an endangering children charge back in 2021. However, those charges were dismissed. He also had a felonious assault charge from 2017 that resulted in the victim being seriously harmed, and he was indicted on that one. Jeff, we caught up with Kei'Mani's grandmother. Dorothy, Kei'Mani's grandmother says this feels like a betrayal because despite his record, she truly thought Jones had stepped up to be a father for her, despite not even being her biological dad.
It was told to me that he was her biological father. However, her biological mother has told me on several occasions that he is not. So I don't know what to believe, but I know that he was present. He's been more present than the biological mom. And I feel deceived. Like, you played for so long in my face, like you was her dad, like you really had her best interests at heart. But where is she?
Okay, I think that's it. Okay, that's all of that one. Just 1 second, y'all. All right, this is him, the father, the alleged father.
What do I do? What's up, my bro?
That's him, y'all. The video he did a couple of years ago.
Been just going through some things, man. I don't know what the fuck to do. Y'all, I'm really going through some things and people don't know. I don't know how to explain it.
Mentally wrong with him?
I'm not mad.
What's going on?
So much stress, so much anger. And I'm just trying to do the right thing. I pray. I read my Bible. I try to help out people the best as I can. And I'm just not feeling this. And I ain't financial or none of that, bro. If you thinking that's what it is, it's nothing like that. It's just something mental. You know what I'm saying?
They're mental. Didn't I tell you something mental growing up?
And physically fucked up with me. I ain't been feeling the same. Ain't nothing wrong, man. Just, I don't know. There's a lot of shit that's on my chest that I can't control.
What?
It ain't, like, I don't know how to explain it, man.
What?
All I gotta do is just keep trying to stay good, be good, man. That's all. I ain't get on here to have nobody show sympathy, nothing, or anything. It's just so much shit happens to people out here, and nobody know what really the real stories be. So, you know, I just get on here, try to let people know what's going on. If you care, you care. It's just something mental. I just want a hug, y'all. Give me a hug. A hug would be wonderful.
What the heck is going on with this dude? Like the devil took over his mind.
I'm gonna try to figure something out. But fuck what my issues is. Somebody talk to me, get my mind off of all this bullshit. What y'all doing today?
He got some demons inside of him, yo.
Fucking fingers. I can't even bend my hand for real. I had to fucking overlap my fingers just to ball a fist up.
Was he hitting somebody? Hit somebody? That's Darnell. They said that's
Yeah.
not his dad. But he got some issues,
You
though.
have always known, huh? Hey, Randy. Booter, you remember when you told me that God got a plan for me? You told me God got a plan for me. And that's the reason why I keep going through all of this shit. Because he keep putting me through the test. When is the test gonna be over, bro? I just want it to be over with. I hate the way I think. I hate the way I see things.
got mental problems, y'all.
And all I do is sit back and try to just act like I don't see shit. Because if I do something about it, I'm going to jail. I'm the one getting in trouble.
See, he has mental issues, y'all. Damn, that's supposed to be the girl's biological dad, supposedly. But
I just want to know, what's the real purpose for me to be here, man? I literally like helping people. I like doing yard work. I like working with people in general. But yet, it's always, I feel like something is being thrown at me. If that makes sense. I don't know. But then again, I can't keep crying about shit. I can't keep putting myself down. Like, I got jobs lined up, y'all. I got shit lined up for like the next fucking month to where I can make some money, to where I can live good. But it's just so much shit inside of my head that I don't want there.
You don't want therapy. Oh, he said he doesn't want there. Okay.
I'm just about to sit here for like.
All right, let's see. Hold on a second, y'all. Hold on, y'all. This was done 2019. This video was done 2019. Hold on, y'all. Hold on.
We also have new details about the investigation into Kei'Mani's murder. Toledo police executed several search warrants, including where he lived on the east side. 13 Action News has learned it was Darnell Jones' girlfriend who helped police with evidence in the case. That woman, who asked us not to identify her, tells us Jones called her Friday and asked her to turn off the cameras at the home. She says she got suspicious and did not turn them off, and she adds she was in the bedroom when a relative saw Jones move some items from his SUV into the house and hide them under the basement stairs. She called police, who got a search warrant and then took the evidence.
What did he hide under your stairs?
It was like a mat for the back of your truck, not a pickup, but SUV. You know, when you lay your seats down and you put that rubber mat in there to protect the back of your seats in case you're hauling something. That's what he rolled up and put in my basement. And his work boots, which were caked with mud, and he hadn't worked in a while.
She says once Jones noticed the items gone, she never saw him again. She also told us Jones called her from Columbus, and she told police where they could find him. As the Toledo community continues to grieve the loss of Kei'Mani Latigue, some are stepping up to help contribute to a funeral service for the young girl. Wheeling on the Rocks on Lasky will be hosting a benefit and poker run this upcoming Sunday. That's to help raise funds to properly honor Kei'Mani and celebrate her life. They said all of the money raised will go directly to the funeral home. The main event will be at Wheelin with other businesses participating in the poker run, including Kickstand Saloon just over the border, Daffy's, and Corner Saloon just over the border.
I want something for her. I think the whole town wants something for her to have, you know, an abundance of flowers, a beautiful casket, maybe a park bench or anything to help, you know, with the memorial.
Her videos before she passed.
Kickstand is on Alexis in Toledo. Those hosting Sunday's event tell us that a donation to the funeral home is essentially your ticket to take part in the activities. So if you'd like to donate or if you'd like to find out more, you can go to our website, 13abc.com.
Emotions are running high, and people from all over are coming to Toledo to mourn the loss of Kei'Mani and offer support. But how does the community begin to heal from this horrific incident? Social worker Cecil Holston says grief can be there, whether or not you know someone personally affected by a violent crime. He says people may feel a connection to the case because they may have a daughter or son the same age as Kei'Mani. Holston says one way to deal with grief is to stay off social media.
Journal, writing things down, checking in with your own personal children to make sure that they're okay. Because I think sometimes we miss that. Like, let's go sit in their room and go check and see where they're at. Because that might have been a friend of theirs, or it might have been a friend that they lost a year ago that is triggering them now. Their grief is now triggered.
Leaders with Lucas County Children's Services say they understand the public has many questions about Kei'Mani Latigue, and today the agency's director made his first comments about her case. 13 Action News reporter Lily Lowndes has details. She joins us live in the studio to explain what's next. Lily.
Yeah, Tony, it's not only the community that's hoping for answers. This is a story we broke yesterday on 13 Action News at 10 that Lucas County commissioners wanted to work with Children's Services to form an investigative task force. And today that task force was approved.
Community members are ready to take action after the tragic murder of 13-year-old Kei'Mani Latigue.
Obviously, like everybody else in the community, I heard what had happened to this young girl.
Gordon Berry is a former Lucas County Children's Services board member. When he heard that concerns about Kei'Mani's safety were allegedly reported to the agency, he wanted to make sure that the county would never have a case with an outcome like this again.
It's my intention to contact the commissioners and volunteer my services.
Berry is hoping to join a special agency review task force launched by the Children's Services Board in collaboration with county commissioners.
I think it can only lead to good things, and I'm looking forward to the results.
Children's Services Executive Director Randy Muth said the task force will look at the agency's policies. The details of Kei'Mani's case are a separate matter. Muth says he knows the community has questions, but the prosecutors have asked they hold off on releasing any new information.
Review all those documents and make a determination as to whether the benefit of informing the public outweighs the potential damage that could be done to a future prosecution.
With that in mind, Muth says they're still in talks with prosecutors.
We've sent the information over. We have sent some suggested statements that we might make, for their approval.
Meanwhile, the task force is going full steam ahead. Berry says he hopes that the agency gets the resources they need.
What do I hope will come of this? I hope that we'll never have another case like this.
Muth told me that once the prosecution is over, the task force will help release files and let people judge for themselves how Children's Services responded prior to Kei'Mani's death. Tony.
Lily Lowndes reporting live for us this evening. 13 Action News is committed to bringing you the latest developments on this heart-wrenching story. We will stay on top of any updates to everything from tributes to the young girl to the investigation into her death. You can find it all at 13abc.com.
You know, Angel, usually stuff is fixed after something crazy happens. That's when things get fixed, you know? It's sad a bad tragedy has to happen for people to take action, but that's usually the way it happens, you know? Tragedy must take place before change to occur. Real sad, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Oh man, these people going in him. They told him to burn in hell and MF. Okay, I'm gonna show you his page on social media on Facebook. They telling him to go burn in hell. Somebody says, "You sick piece of shit, burn in hell." That's what they told him. There you go. He says, I'm really trying to be the best person I can, and yet I feel like trash. When I reach out to the people I care / love, they never have time for me. Yet, you know what I got, yet you know what I got me. I'm treating my I'm treating my just how they treat me. If F your feelings just the way you said F mines. And somebody said, who are you talking about? And they said, Helen says, whoever they are, know what's going on. Love you, Auntie. I know you always there when I call. Then Helen says, love you so much more. Oh, he had said love to the auntie. Okay. Feeling blessed. That's him. Somebody else on his page. That's him right there. That's him right there, y'all. That's him right there. What's up with the hairdo? That little girl kind of look like him, don't she? She kind of look like him. Is that the grandmother right there? Looking like a thug? All right, well, that's enough pictures of him. That's enough. Let's see. Well, we got through that mess. Let's see what else we got for you. Let's see. Let's see what this cray dude's got to say. Hold on a second, y'all.
Up on everyone. I don't know what to explain, how to explain it. I don't know if you want to say an experience, a communication, something. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. But I just had to basically talk to somebody, get another input. But for the past week, I don't know. Like, I do believe in God. I do believe in the Bible. I believe that he's my savior and everything. But yet, I be listening to YM Melly. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
What's up,
Lord.
Mom? What's up, cousin?
Did he just say he listened to YM Melly? Murder on my mind. I'm not laughing at the situation. I'm just like, did he just say that, y'all? Did he just say he listened to YM Melly? Did he just say that? Did he just say that? Oh my God. Ooh. Let's see what he got to say.
I be listening to YM Melly. And like 2-3 days ago, I was listening to him. And out of nowhere, inside my mind, something said, he's promoting you to go to hell. What do that say? And then, the other day, I was downtown, just sitting at the the bus stop, just sitting there talking to somebody. Church people were by. Lady stopped, paying me $5. Said, get you something to eat. But the whole time, I was reading her thing. It said, Jesus don't want you to go to hell. He loves you. And when she passed, it was a guy that they was all in a group, but it was a guy right behind her. And his shirt said, basically save yourself. It was too late. And I don't know. Am I just overthinking? Or is these messages telling me that I gotta get on my shit? And basically, if I gotta get on my shit, people that I hang around, they gotta get on their shit. Because we gotta all keep each other. I guess. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying here. This world is coming to an end. That's what I'm getting at. It's coming. I feel it. I feel like the world feel it. Like, it's crazy because at one point in time, somebody told me not even 25% of the world is going to go to heaven. And then I keep thinking, like, how?
He talking about going to hell. Something's wrong with this dude. This is like years ago. He's doing these lives.
If he wants us there, all we gotta do is just believe. We should go. What's up, brother? enlightenment on it, a better understanding. I was reading it last night. Not much, bro. Just got a lot on my mind, man. I woke up with something on the spiritual side, but more of trying to get more enlightenment side. I want someone to get on this live, and I really kind of want to talk about heaven and hell. I just want to talk about it. Why? Because those are two scary subjects that a lot of people refuse to face and talk about.
God, this man is
Like, I
honest.
know I'm touched by God. I am touched by the best and blessed. But either way, if people do watch this video, I really kind of want people to start inboxing me, you know, give me questions, verses to read. I'm kind of wanting to get more back into the spiritual side
He's fighting
because
He's fighting it.
something is pulling me towards that way. And I got to get more information,
He's fighting a demon.
you know. So if you guys are spiritual, y'all believe in God, the Bible, everything, He's your Savior, please send prayers, verses, everything. Just hit me up with anything that y'all can give me to enlighten me, encourage me. And if I can encourage you, I will definitely do the same. God bless y'all. Y'all have a great day.
He's dealing with some demons, y'all. This man's been dealing with some. This man's dealing with some demons. Hold on, let me show you something else. Let me show you this one. Hold on. Look at this, y'all.
Cold as fuck. Word as fuck. Cold as fuck out here. 3 o'clock in the morning. Walking to go to work. Boys out left and right. Morning shift ain't no hoe, y'all. Fuck this. Give me second shift again.
Yeah.
Who watching me? So I got one watcher. Who the frick is it? Who that be? He blowing his horn. I don't know what he doing. He's stopping. Fuck you blow your horn for? I don't know. Motherfuckers blowing their horn at me now. I think he trying to pick me up. Thought I was a prostitute or something. The fuck wrong with him? It's too early for this shit. The cost of living is fucking up my sleep. Early morning walks in the dark. This shit crazy. The city look good though, y'all. The city at nighttime off the bridge. The city's peaceful. Other than that, probably see crackheads. I'm getting off of this shit because I'm actually running behind. So I'm gonna let y'all go. And I'm about to run about 2 more blocks. So, peace.
Interesting, y'all. Interesting. Right. It's a weird dude. I'm just trying to see something else. Oh well. All right, I'm gonna show y'all something else that this guy just said. Hold on a second. This guy has mental issues. Battling with demons. Hold on.
What's the purpose? I got a lot of things on my mind. A lot of things that will go. What's up, Trey? So what is the extent of helping someone? Like, what is real, genuine help? What it would be the definition of it? It's just a question. I hear people always throwing this help out, but then ask for something in return, you know? And this is not towards any people in general. It's just things that's always around me. What is a genuine help? What is helping someone? And does it mean to really give it to them without asking nothing back? No comment?
What year is this one? That one's 2019 too. We did a lot of talking in 2019 on Representative. On 2019. That's when the other
Help should come only if someone cares enough to help without asking if they need it. Right?
So that explains why he wanted the police officer to kill him.
Yeah. A real friend. I don't believe in real friends. Sorry.
Yeah, Darnell Jones. Yeah.
My family. Or you just an acquaintance? I have family. Some of them we get along, some of them we don't. Some of us argue, some of us we are friends. I don't know, but yeah, friends is not. No. You want this?
Thank you. Thank you.
Yep. Hell.
Yes, he's the alleged father. Yes, the alleged father.
Grocery store. Grocery store. Organic store.
Now I'm about to go to bed. But this is the end, yeah.
Oh man.
He acts weird, like he's been on drugs or something. What's he cracking on?
Class, what's up, Brody? What is it?
He seems like he's on drugs. Allegedly.
Okay.
He's battling stuff in his head.
Ah, that balance ain't nothing, buddy.
Oh, he had the ATM machine. He had the ATM machine.
240.
Yeah, I saw the puppy hand.
Class, I'm broke as hell.
After them video, I'm getting off.
Let's see. That's 2 translations. No, the first one was a balance check. How you doing? Which side you on? That one? This one. Okay.
Do you have customer account?
Yeah, I do. Ogletree. Ogletree.
Darnell?
Yes, sir.
Oh, it's 50 cents.
All right. Oh man,
Why he call himself over?
this motherfucker is crazy. Thank you. Hey, this store is sweet though, y'all. Y'all need to come and spend y'all money here. Look, I'm advertising y'all. Y'all need to give me some more in-store credit for that. I just promoted y'all.
You need to set a referral program.
Yeah, y'all should. I have everybody coming down here. Every time you spend money in that store, they give you money back. This juice just got me 5 cents. That shit's sweet though. It's that little spot right there. Y'all y'all talking about it supposed to be 100 degrees out here. Shit, it's about the motherfucker rain. No, my lie. It's my beautiful wife. Think she get mad at me. You see the face she gives me?
Not funny.
She irritated with herself. She talking about going swimming in the rain. Get her ass electrocuted. He said, I've been there before. Hell yeah, they sweet.
I don't know.
We just got done saving a life, you know. We had to donate plasma.
Donate
Make that quick 50 for the day. How's that then? I didn't say drink my juice.
They donating plasma.
Quez, bro, you gonna have to get us a tickets to your show or something. Nigga, I gotta come and see you perform one of these days. Me and my wife be bored, bro. Need to get her up out the house.
I like your dress.
What? You said you about to get a haircut? I don't smoke.
He said he don't smoke.
Drug free, buddy.
He said he's drug free. He said he's drug free.
Don't drink no more, no nothing.
Oh, no more. He was just smoking. How he don't drink no more nothing? He's smoking.
But I'm about to get off this live. Preserve some of my phone life. You know, still early in the day. And I ain't going home no time soon. All right. Peace.
All right, we'll end this now. He just said he don't do nothing, right? We saw him smoking cigarette. We saw he don't drink, he don't smoke. That's what he said. She said, please. He said, I'm drug free, and then immediately take a hit. Woo, Lord have mercy, this guy. They going in on him on these little threads. They calling him a monster. They calling him evil. Yeah, they're going in on this dude. Hold on, I want to show y'all something. Hold on, before we leave. He just said he don't smoke or nothing, right? Look at this. Listen to the people in the background. Listen to people in the background. Listen. He just told a lie. Hold on.
Oh, he doing it too early for you.
I might say smoke.
I'm telling you this, don't do it if you're not ready for it. Don't tell him, yeah, you're going to do it, and then you really not for yourself.
I can do it, but then so soon. Next year.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, just tell him, like, I don't mind doing it, but not next year. That's too early. Because it ain't no guarantee you're going to do what you're feeling good around that time. And it ain't going to be no guarantee that you want to pick out like that. You know?
Come on, smoke. Look.
I got probation next week.
Got probation.
And you got court coming up.
Got court coming
It's in the camera.
You know, I asked you all smoke, so I'm be leaving nobody out.
No, I'm talking like as for court.
Look. He doesn't smoke. Look at this, y'all. Look what he's doing.
Right there, that's 2 points.
Look. He said he doesn't
smoke.
I'm glad I seen you.
That can put
I
you in
didn't want to
jail.
smoke by myself.
I smoke by myself.
I mean, I do, but it be boring.
Man,
as
that's
fuck.
what
You don't have
they
nobody
took,
to talk
because
to. You don't
they
under
told him
that.
if he missed more days, that's even one day. They
Spencer,
told him
you
so he
see
couldn't
that,
even
right?
get out in the hearse or whatever. Remember, he got 2 seats got to do next week. He got to
Look,
actually go to court.
this
He
dude's
actually
such
has
a
to go to
liar.
thing to see if he's still able to get operations. He's got to finish it.
And the thing I had to go see if I could get on probation for the DG. They just called me yesterday talking about some.
They seem like you can't wait for long.
You don't have to come to DG. Just call me.
Oh, you gonna smoke, right? You don't do no drugs.
Like every time you try, it seems like you just backfire.
Man, he's big fan. He said, yeah,
no, I'm gonna let it go. It's not that I want to look at it. I just see it.
I'm about to say, you let it go back and you don't feel like doing it. I come do something. I come so brazen or something for you. What?
Oh, no, I just don't think
He's lying.
I'm not lying. All you gotta do is get your Facebook and not come do it.
What there is no fear.
It's so serious. I'm getting the house boarded and cheaper. I know that too. Alright.
You keep being on my live and jumping off.
And I'm never knew you was in there anyway.
Oh God, this first guy hitting the blunt on live while talking
Yeah, I
about
heard people been trying to come over to the house.
He left his book bag over there.
He did.
He came over there and kicked it with me. Then he had to go meet up with his sister, and I had to go babysit. So his book bag is sitting there. I'm like, huh?
No, he thought he was not supposed to. He lied. He thought he had to go meet up with that bitch because he was just here last week and he said night.
I need to really go upstairs and get in a minute.
It don't really matter to me.
Perfect.
To be all the way honest, the reason
There
why
you
I
go.
told him I
There
had
you
to
go. Hitting it
babysit, which I
again, y'all.
really didn't, is because my nigga was coming back to mama house that was coming back to the house. So I had to, I got to babysit real quick. Yeah, get his ass out.
I don't even got you on Facebook. I'll be looking for you. I don't got you on Facebook. I just got your mama.
My name ain't my name on Facebook no more. I changed
your name. Never been your name. I'm saying, they got like two, I think they got like 2-3 names. The rest is different.
No,
When I'm done with
main
this,
page
y'all
ain't
I'm
the
like,
same
damn,
name
he
as
could
being no more. I changed it.
I'll just take my time.
Are you online, dude?
What? You want to record me?
I don't care shit him right now. Me and his bitch. Talking about this. There's a girl. If she would have
Man, that bitch stumped on my damn foot. Oh, you talking about what's his name?
You just made me miss this day.
I'm trying to, like, for real, I'm trying to calm down.
Then I got
my mind is actually rapping right now.
Then I gotta miss 2 days next week. That's 7 points right there. I just came up with.
Yeah, even if he makes some no exercise.
That's still a point. Even if you show up, even though you don't even have a good time, and they know he got put, so it's still gonna be a point. Because that don't care that I'm there.
If you're not hard side,
don't care either. Because he went to court a few months, like last month, and he told my ex he had court, and bumped on him, basically showed me they had court, they still gave him a point.
Somebody putting a bond. Somebody got a bond.
I couldn't do it either, because you can get fired if you could. 9 points ain't enough. 9 points ain't enough for when you just
That's why I'm glad I did not pass my own cases. I passed the whole drug test coming over.
Pass the drug test.
like, when I was working in Westwood, it was like, taking them bitches home, the fuck? Read the office.
He was doing what my mom was doing. My mom used to have like 3-4 cases on her when she from the cookie factory.
Good night. I'm gonna go to sleep.
My mom used to have the Oreo, the oatmeal. I want to make a dessert, like I want to have somebody go get some potatoes, and I want to make some dessert with some ice cream, like cookies and ice cream and something else.
I promise you.
I go back over it with my.
Hey, you gotta pay me for the hours I made. Right, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna need $100 from you. I'm forgetting. Because this would have been your last part, you would have cost you your job. And she got me over the kid right now, so she was right now working. Knowing that you know her dude, your cousin was taking you to the sister up there, you were at. Oh, Allie? I need to be here. And one thing about Allie ain't gonna kill you. Motherfucker touch Allie. Now I'm flicking on their ass. Allie ain't gonna kill. Allie gonna beat that. Allie gonna beat her ass. And Allie gonna laugh like she's doing it too. Baby, I'm surprised people haven't tried to go back up there. Baby, stop it. I'm gonna do it my whole thing. You gotta take our name to it. I remember how you kept saying, every that's what he said, I just seen Debo right on the phone now. When he said it, I said, "Dang, you was a me and Smith got young." He was like, "Oh, for real, my dad." I'm like, he came to the house, I think got off the phone with you. I wasn't even in the house. Soon as I got up to the house, Debo was sitting on the porch because I wasn't trying to let his dad see me. I didn't see him like he did that. Oh, yeah, I forgot to see when he kept going around the corner when somebody answered coming in the room. And Shaq would never show up like he did, people would have still outside.
He was looking like, you niggas was in the house. Yo, no, I just got in this bitch 10 seconds ago. Like seconds. And I wasn't even in the house. But
it was so funny. I remember when Debo thought he was going to stay, he put his book back down.
I need to be looking in the mirror instead of this phone.
And I was like, what are you supposed to do?
That's all I think though. This was thought a mirror or nothing.
I was about to leave. He said, you ain't going to church.
Still gotta go do some touch-ups.
Like, oh, you fucked up.
oh, all right, babe.
But he does
the mirror, just the phone. I think that's pretty damn
I
good.
won't even let him in. And what told me he had a coronavirus. Oh, lie.
They keep playing about this damn coronavirus.
Like,
they playing.
Dude, that coronavirus is trying to come in your church. Oh, you know they shut that church. They shut all the churches down. All the churches down too. They just shut down my pastor's church.
No,
they made him quit. Like there ain't no more church no more. Even after coronavirus is done, you can't do it. My pastor named Pastor Ken.
I think they ain't gonna be able to stop him though.
Yes, they can. They already did. They revoked him and everything.
Oh yeah, he done.
They told him they don't care if he passes out food to the community, like homeless people, but he can't do the church service, none of that no more.
Cut that more in.
But it's not gonna be here that long because someone just one of the higher people just posted on Facebook that the coronavirus should be gone. I think like August or July, the coronavirus should be gone. They're doing it just so it won't spread. To keep it here. So they're shutting everything down. Then I watched the video, it's just the code, basically like say if somebody's bigger than their nose. And you got when you check your hand. And you don't know that big your nose, you take it. You got it. You don't know if they watched it. Say somebody bit into a sound. And they share it with you. You're like, oh, I want the rest of it. You want it? You got it. Say if somebody dirty, use the toilet, and you use it.
You want it? You got it.
You got it. They said there's
All right, that's it, y'all. I am about to take my butt to bed. You guys have a great night. I'm sleepy. I had taken a nap earlier, but I'm getting sleepy now. I'm going to bed. I'll see you guys in the morning. Don't forget, I'm going to Miles Farley's hearing tomorrow, his pre-indictment hearing. So that's where I'm going tomorrow, okay? You guys have a great evening. I'll see you guys in the morning. Early in the morning. May the Lord watch between me and thee while we're absent one from another. Amen. Night, guys. Make sure you say your prayer and get this demonic stuff out of your mind. We want to just, Lord, we plead the blood of Jesus in our mind because all this demonic stuff, this guy was talking cray and stuff like that. We just want to have pure beautiful thoughts. None of that craziness. All right. Have a great night. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Good night. Bye. Good night, everybody. Night night.
Thank you for watching the infamous Sylvia channel, where laughter and fun make up our panel. Together we build this digital spree. We appreciate you and our growing family. With mods by our side and chat flowing free in this online space. It's just you and me. We laugh until tears roll down like the rain. In this virtual world, you ease all my pains. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mods and chat, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night. We cherish the moments, the highs and lows, from the latest gossip to stories untold. You're more than a viewer, you're part of the crew in this space of ours. It's all because of you. This digital world where emotion is shared, every post and reaction showing we care. The love is real in this virtual domain. With every sign, enjoys what we'll gain. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mods and chat, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mods and chat, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night. This digital world where emotion is shared, every post and reaction showing we care. The love is real in this virtual domain. With every sign, enjoys what we'll gain. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment